let's get on with the laser pistols. Ugh. I think I ate too much today, and I feel a bit plump. Ugh. Yawn. Well, it's getting really cold and a bit too cold to cycle around the city. And in November, so far we have 16 hours of sunshine. And yes, I can already feel myself getting plump. Like I can already grab my belly. Oh well, but to that I say, hello you. So actually it's getting a bit warm, so I'll just open the window. So let's see. Let's give this about a minute more. So the latecomers can come and join this. And I can just do some marketing, post it on Twitter. Cool. Marketing done. Now all that's left is basically starting to work. Ugh. Okay. So let's do it. So yesterday we left. Where we left off was basically, well, here. This thing is starting to look the way I want it to look. Still unsure though. So let's just get this out of here. Also, I was doing some work, which is weird. And I had like a problem which I didn't know how to solve, and I said like, oh, I'm gonna stop here, I'm gonna continue it tomorrow. First thing I did when I opened up my files, I saw the problem, fixed in about a minute. So yeah, actually taking time to think about some things, it's actually productive. Yeah, a bit bigger. Oh, no, not the camera. This still good? This good? This good. Looking at this concept now, it just like doesn't fucking make sense. It's like, this is too close. This is impossible. This is impossible. Actually, unless I get these things closer together, but there's obviously a big old fucking gap here. Regardless. Yawn. Okay. No, let's take this thing. Actually, no, this is fine. I love how this is actually perfect. I don't give this the time of day because it's like beautiful. Literally nothing is happening, and that is wonderful. It just shows that it's already pretty good. Let's check on this for what my friends are doing. What? No? Nothing. Okay. Just to see if any of the community is up. So, no. So let's see. So what's on schedule today? So either I do the pardon my pure ref. I'm so professional. So I either start filling in this area, which is basically the only thing that is left to do. Actually, I finished this. I didn't even notice. I forgot completely. Actually, I could work on this a little bit more. This actually needs to go back. Wait a second. Let's throw this under the bus or something. So this should be around this area, which now visually makes a lot of sense. I mean, it kind of wants to be here, but no, this is going to be a little bit longer, so it's perfect. So now, looking at this, it kind of all fits. And I would like to put this in a different location. Slightly bit more in. Or was it better before? Why don't you want to work? Actually, you know what? I think this is cool. No. Huh. The overall ship is kind of lost. Although it should actually be a little bit more like this. That's not right. No. This doesn't feel right. Yeah, I have the reference here. So, because this doesn't feel right. Like it should actually be bigger. This maybe? No, that is ugly. More like this, so that it's not directly on the edge of this. I think this is a little bit better, even though a bit different. Let's just... Okay, so this is going over this, but we're gonna hide it ever so sneakily. Okay. Though it is a bit different than the rest of this, but like these things I think should be a little bit sharper. I think I over beveled these, but I still think it looks and works good. There should be a thing on top of this, just to, like signalize, okay, this is over this. Although is there space between this? No, there isn't. Something like this. Handed ways. Oh, it's going good. Like really good, to be honest. Just give me a moment here to bevel this to see how this looks. This. Cool. So basically, the gun looks like this. Actually, this looks a lot better now that it looks like it's connected on both sides. So, the same thing to a few other things here. So this is gonna get a little bit of a touch-up. Is this okay? In English. This is wrong. This is wrong. Better. Actually, this goes there. Now let's give this a wee bit of. Let's just have this here to see how much. This looks good, and the inside is gonna get. Well, gonna get the same amount. this. Cool. Now it looks like it's actually intentionally like that. Very good. A few details here and there. Oh, hello. This shouldn't be a thing. Yes, phone. Twitch. Of course it's Twitch. What else would it be? Turn off. Focus, phone. Focus. How you doing, Netherways? Slacking or cracking? Let's... Actually, I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this one. We can mix this one kind of like... a place like this is no good. Like this being here is also no good. Although it being there kind of helps out the cause, but it looks a little bit better without it. So let's just go back into this. Yeah, this looks just as good. Not a problem at all. Also to make it a bit more standouty. Let's try doing this. So it has a bit of a shadow, like that it looks like it's slotted in. And now just like, oh, this is just it. No, now it looks like it's slotted in because you're usually gonna see it like from this angle and it's gonna have a nice big amount of shadow here. So let's just put on Eevee. Eevee settings and see the little shadow here, it does a lot. It's not being beveled, it's actually hurting it a bit. So like, hello, this is an error. This, oh no. So this is what I'm gonna use to check the topology of everything. Now it's like this, but when I bevel it, it automatically starts to look better. This is the one thing I'm gonna change definitely. Also, we have here some weird darkness. This could also use a bit of something, but this could also be the thing that is attached directly to it. Just a small shadow helps a long way. Okay. Just the AO. Oh, this is nothing special. AO. So much nicer. Screen space reflections, and it's starting to look very Octane-y. Still not Octane as Octane. I should do render with Octane of this. Okay, so This is just gonna make an EV bake, correct? Yes. Seconds. Let's get a 4K. I think I model Starlight's Watchtower from a concept. I've been making a building for some time, like a building that you can find in RTS games and such. Yeah, that's cool. Have you seen the Watchtower Lighthouse that I did a few weeks back? Try making it modular if you can. And yes, towers are so fun to do. Like, I don't know why, but towers are just so fun to do. So let's see. Okay, let's add a little bit more sharpness to it. Samples render to 50. Where's the noise? Color management. There was a specific section where denoising was used, but now I don't remember where. Oh. You can filter literal. Huh. Alright, 2.8. Where is the denoiser? Come on. So under this. Denoising, perfect. So let's see how this looks. Also, I try to make a realistic tower, Command and Conquer styled, Warcraft, whatever. Just curious. Because I'm also thinking, like, what if I make a building out of Command and Conquer or like Red Alert? Because those are like fucking great as shit. Red Alert, 2 buildings. Let's just look at them while this is rendering out. Like even this, just like the basic construction yard is like, oh, that's so fucking beautiful and stupid. Oh, somebody made this already. Oh, projects in the DB. Oh. Oh yeah, the energy towers. Oh, these are so beautiful. Worker style. That's. I just remembered the. Actually, no, it's like a brick for the humans and orcs. Like the spike is the rest. I forgot. God, I want to play this game now. Barracks, energy tower, airfield, blah blah, minings. Oh, 2. That's not optimal. Oh, these ones, beautiful. Okay, but now this thing is done. Okay, let's see. Yeah, there's a little bit of something here, and it's just enough to satisfy my itch. God, this is looking complex and beautiful. Kane's Wrath. I didn't really like Command and Conquer 3. Like, I grew up with Red Alert 2 and Yuri's Revenge. Those I think were like really fuck up beautiful, but then Generals and Zero Hour kind of lost it for me because I liked the craziness of the previous ones, and the other ones are just like, yeah, I'm not interested. Which I think is kind of a shame, but I remember like the demo just for, I think, was it Red Alert 3 or Command & Conquer 3 or whichever came after Generals, was like 4 or 5 gigs when you got like the magazine and demos and shit or something. It was 2 gigs. Usually the entire game was like 2 gigs, but this was just like the demo. We're so hyped. But before that, like San Andreas was like 3.5 gigs. Wow, that was crazy. Matrix was on 4, Mafia came on 3. Like, wow, insane. But now 250 gigs. Call of Duty. Like, but I think we're literally at the limit of textures. So I think I'm happy with that. Because I think everything is now 4K as in... Meh. It's just too... Oh wait, I haven't done this one. I'll fix the clipper. So this, let's see what has to be done to this. 2 different materials, not a problem. These lines, these details here. What do we need to be stored somewhere? But honestly, it's not the models. It's mostly the textures. Well, of course, the models themselves can be big, but let's just... This is what? 230,000 polygons. Let's just go to... Just export this. Test. See, this model with 220,000 polygons, it's 5 megabytes. It's literally textures. Because a 4K texture can easily take up to 20 megabytes, and you need 5 of them, like normal, color, AO, roughness, and metal to use in the PBR workflow. So the textures are the biggest texture like resource hogs. Even in my work, like, if something didn't work, they didn't ask a programmer to fix their code. They asked me, we need smaller textures that make them look better. And they promptly fucked off. Because they wanted it sharp, also 60 FPS. But sharp textures, no, not gonna happen. Especially 4K. Woo. So let's see, how can we do those little doohickey things? Okay, so... You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there is a middle one. So 1, 2, boom, beautiful. Let's see. Should I split this up? Let's duplicate this. That. 1. Now here. Beautiful. I should think. What is. No, not this T. Oh god, I don't recall. What is this? Oh no, not global. Local, yes. Extrude as 0. No. Let's do normal. Why do they go in depth? Like, I prefer you literally just being in place. Fine. This is the one of those features that I really liked in Maya. And Max and everything else. When you extrude it, always extrude. You can choose to extrude it like on itself, but now that you don't have the thing anymore, that I don't know where it is. Thin polybuild knife, loop, bevel, insert face, extrude region. Okay, this didn't give an extrude. Okay, cool. No. B. No. No. Okay. Where is it? I don't know why I didn't do this before here instead of this little fucky thing. Okay, let's see, let's see. I haven't uploaded it anywhere, but I think I have it. Let's see. Like, I haven't uploaded anywhere. Also, I deleted everything. No. I hope I have the renders, because like I did it. I want to do it as a project, yet I didn't feel like it was good enough, so I have to rework it a bit, which is a problem. Yeah, I don't have anything. I'm sure something is on my Twitter. Yeah, I said I was gonna upload them, but I didn't. Okay, I don't know how to use this new Twitter media. There we go. I didn't upload it? Oh shit. Let's just open Unreal just for you. I have to kind of rework it into a single project, like as a testing, but I don't want to upload it because it's not work that I'm particularly proud of, as in like, oh, this is my final thing, because if it were that... Oh fuck! Oh fuck! I moved the folder. I literally moved the folder. Give me a second, give me a second. Where did I move this? Unreal. It should work, it should work. But yeah, I have to kind of figure out what to do with it now. Because I had like a grand idea of like, oh, an environment, this and that, but then lighting is a problem, additional texture work, like I fucked up some areas where I thought I wouldn't, but I did. But at least I learned, which is something. Okay, cool, this works. It's just gonna recalculate things now. But I moved the folder because now I have my company things here, and yeah, it's kind of an iffy thing. I don't want to accidentally leak projects I'm working on, for which I signed an NDA, but yeah. This, no, let's just keep it here. So this is the view. Actually, I can upload this. This is actually totally fine. It's not the best, but the main problem is that this is all kind of iffy. But if I tag it like test project, it should work. But if you'd go into depths like, oh, how is this material done? Then this is something I'm not that proud of, because this, I didn't separate the materials as that smartly. Like, I should have done like upper part, middle part, bottom part. Nope. I just went with the amount of stuff that can fit in a 4K texture, but now even if it was a 2K texture, you wouldn't know the difference. And the water is bad. It's just so much stuff that's gone wrong, and yeah, it's just a cheap effect. It looks okay, but just removing the effect, atmospheric fog. How do you turn this off? It's just a cheap effect that I'm not happy, because it's just that. How the fuck did I turn off the fog? It just looks nicer now. Whatever. Yeah, that's about it. As you can tell, I'm very, very well versed in Unreal. So yeah. That's what I've been working with. I'll have to figure out what to do with it, to be completely honest. Maybe just show off as a modular thing, even though it's not a modular. I can make it that you can use it on Unreal and just like multiply and play with it, but essentially it's not that. I have to think about what I'm gonna do with it and how I'm gonna use it. There's not that much good info on modular stuff. Like, there's so much info on like, okay, you can do one thing and just place it around, but something as minute as that is very, very specific and difficult to work with. Just in Unreal alone, okay, I'm gonna do this every quarter circle or third circle or something. It's very specific. And it usually works as in it's a separate prop that you have to like tile around, but that is resource a bit more intensive. But this is just like two props and it's modular, just multiplied in Blender itself with one prop. I have to figure that out. Lighthouse looks good. The background is taking from it. Exactly. I have nothing to put it up against. Well, unless I put it in Marmoset and just render it out there as a single prop. Which I think I'm gonna do, because it's a shame to leave something like that go to waste. But again, it's not a fantastic project. It's just gonna take some time to finish it, which I don't want to. Honestly, I would like to finish this gun first, then I'm gonna go back to the lighthouse and just finish it, because with the job that I'm working now, it's not a realistic thing for me. I don't want to do multiple projects at once. But if this turns out to work, I'm gonna fix this shit immediately. Because already I'm not getting any of these render issues that I got here. And the best part of this, I can literally just turn it around and it's done. Oh, but it's... I'll go into this here. Fuck. Oh well, we'll see. So many things you learn. Talking about projects that I never uploaded, I should upload the cabin one. It's like something I did. Oh no. So we're gonna make this incorrectly, or well, it's about as correct as everything else. Since we're not gonna use it for well, we're just gonna use it for bake. Actually, no, let's do a bit more than that. And how does it look? Is it completely no, it's not completely. It's not completely circular yet. I did it with that one, but this one's gonna be like this, but 5. So let's put on a weighted. Well, let's try. If this fixes it. Oh, wait. This will fix it at distance. Hope. It's kind of fixed, but at the same time you don't. You kind of see it. You kind of do see it. So let's try to fix it in a different way. Hey, Nekwatif, how you doing? I'm doing fine. I'm doing well. Welcome to the stream. So let's see. If this works, it's gonna be great. If it doesn't, oh, I think it actually, no. So, actually this looks exactly the same one way or another. This is gonna break it, of course it will. How in the flippin' fuck did I do this then? It's obvious there are issues here, but this is way more obvious. Huh. It's things like these that irk me, like how am I gonna fix? Oh, let's try this. Mark Sharp? No. Because no matter how many polys I use here, it's gonna look exactly the same. Which means it's gonna look horrible. If I get a good explanation on how to fix these things, it will solve a big issue that I have with the majority of these things. I mean, I can always stamp it in Substance, but I don't want to stamp it. I would like to make a real thing out of it, but if stamping is the solution to this, then stamp I will. Which is a shame that I have to resort to those things, but I think things as specific as these will just have to be, it's just gonna have to be a thing. So to select origin 3D cursor. This is a real shame. Let's run on Substance just to see if I have these stamps. I like to use the normal stamps. I have a lot of alpha stamps, but I don't really know how to use them. Like, they just don't work well, or I don't understand how they completely work or correctly work. So let's see, materials, hard surface. Like, you need a cylindrical looking thing. Just one of these, but smaller. If I can control these stamps, like, I guess I'm just gonna have to make them. Which is, I guess, the next thing that I'll have to learn, like, literally just making stamps. Although this could work, but making actual stamps would be nicer. But it has so many alphas, like, I literally don't understand how to use these alphas. Because you can't stamp them. But they're not, they don't work as in depth, but I guess I'm a bit lost for it. Yeah, I've looked into Quixel that Unreal purchased. I just don't care. I used Quixel as a test when it was a mainline plugin for Photoshop, but there's no real reason for me to use Quixel. Just the Megascans, of course, they're beautiful. Well, maybe I can use the Megascans to make the Lighthouse thing work. But other than that, I really don't care. Come on. All right. Yeah, all in all, I don't care. But Quixel Alchemist, if it's free, I might be interested in that. Like if it's free completely with the Megascans, and if you can use other things. Like if the tool itself is free, then good. If it's not, it doesn't really help me. Because I'm not like I'm an environment artist, like per se, as you can tell. Not yet. So yeah, that's about it. It doesn't affect me all in all. But it is cool that they did a massive fuck you to Adobe. Either it was planned or not, but I think the timing is just perfect. Come on, work. Oh, beautiful. Distance. I guess I'll have to figure out how to make stamps. So now that I decided to do this as stamps and these as whatever they are, time to fix this shit. So where's the mirror in this? Oh, this is the first mirror. So let's see. Actually, just like this. Face. Oh, of course. So, oh, it's actually on itself. So let's add another mirror. Apply mirror. Oh, no. Oh, this is this mirror. Yeah, we're gonna have to apply the bottom one. Apply. And for the second mirror, we're just gonna have to use this. This. Where the fuck is the second? Huh. Where do I have the second one? Oh, was it here? Yes, it was. Beautiful. There we go. So now let's duplicate it. Actually, let's try instance. No, wrong one. Oh, how stupid can I be? Wait, what? Apparently very... Oh, boy. I mirrored the wrong side. Apply. Let's see. Okay, cool. This is done. Oh wait, I did it both sides? No, 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 no. No, actually, I double fucked up this. Because it first me... Oh, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Please that I didn't mess up. Yeah, I messed up. I messed up, I messed up. I see this shit here. Am I really gonna have to use this as a reference? Yes, I will. So Mixer is completely free now. Alchemist is Substance, and Quixel has Mixer. It does not directly say that Mixer is paid software. Oh, that's cool. Oh, Mixer will be $99, or... Yeah, I guess Mixer. Because of course it won't be Substance. Because that is subscription only now. Yeah, boy. Gotta fix this now. So, delete this, make this, cursor selected, cursor, mirror, I still think they have to go out of edit mode to confirm or apply a thing in this thingy. So now this is good. Beautiful, perfect, perfect, perfect. Now, no. Now I'm going to do instance, and I'm going to use the bottom one as the instance for the top one. Ha. If Quixel is going to be $99 or euros, because of course it is, or if they're going to be smart, it's going to be like 78 or 80 something euros. Alchemist is free with a subscription, so I'm guessing that's going to be a major selling point, because basically what is Alchemist then a contender for Quixel, which used to be S2 substitute texture or something. But that's good. Competition is always good. No, wrong one. Correct one. Oh no, I didn't add detailing. Ah shit, gotta redo this. Okay, let's see, is this... Oh, but then it... If I add thing to this, it's gonna be also there. But if I add thing to this... Fuck me! Gotta do it again! Because I don't need an instance. Cool, now top side. Right. Is it literally in the same spot? So it's literally just... Let's see this Spra, thank you for the follow. Oh, what is this? Oh, I remember. Wait, so it's in the exact same depth, is it like that? I think this looks like it's closer. Did I not think about this and not put it? Oh, I actually remember sort of why. But now this is already a mesh. Ah, fuck me. So, this I'd actually like to do something like... Actually, no, I remember why I did this. It's because of this. But it does actually look like it's a little bit more inside of it. Oh, details, details. They're gonna be the death of me. I'm gonna keep it as it is, even though I'd love it. Wait, no one. Oh, actually, this is correct. This is actually correct. Yeah, this is correct. Just the first time that I did it, I guess I messed up. Yeah. And everything's fine now. Did you delete faces inside the barrels to make more space for DV? No, I deleted them because the topology was actually shit and I had to be real with myself. And I'll just try to make stamps, normal map stamps, and just stamp them on in Substance. It's gonna be easier, it's gonna look better. It's some details that just like topology is gonna be fucked. And there's no way around it. Probably is, but it was not worth the hassle. Also, this is gonna help me learn how to make stamps. Or basically whatever. So, worst case scenario, I'm gonna learn how to make stamps. Best case scenario, I'm gonna make stamps and sell them on the marketplace. So yeah, that's about it. It's basically a win-win. How many triangles do I plan? Not planning at all. The first thing is to make it look identical. Then it is to retopologize to make it game ready, and to render it out in Unreal. No further plan. I mean, if it's 100,000 now, basically if I get to 20,000, I'll be more than happy. But things like these are the most, well, problematic. Because as soon as I delete this, we're already down like what? 2019, blah blah. Already down like 10,000 polygons. Just this. So this. So 1, 2, oh, 1, 2, 3, whatever. Basically, it's gonna be around 20,000 polygons. It's not a lot. These days, poly count doesn't matter. I mean, to give you a perspective, gun in Call of Duty, there's like front face, like in the front is 100,000 polygons easy. Because they need the amount of detail that basically, yeah, there's no use. Just like make the highest poly count weapon possible, and if it's front side view, sure. When it's like a meter in front of you, it's already half poly. It's just optimization. It's like 10 meters away from it, it's maybe 5,000. But just for shits and giggles, let's Google COD weapon poly count. So let's see for Call of Duty 4. Nowadays, so in Call of Duty 4, 2009, it's about 5 to 10,000 per gun then. So let's do this. Like, these are all game ready. So what is the poly count on these things? If it's possible to see. Hope they have Marmoset viewers. No. Like, okay, you can see the quads like here. That is already a lot. But I would love to see like the poly count on these things. Oh. Let's just try to find it. Because now I'm interested. 100,000. Easy. 3 years ago. Yeah. Because the thing is, as I said, well, previously said it, to answer your question, when did you get the concept from? Pinterest? No, but probably is there. Basically, I just googled weapon gun concept on Google, and that's it. And this gun is something I've been looking at for about 5 years, I think, if not longer. And it's from a famous concept artist. I don't know him, but his concepts were really cool looking, and I just like, oh, I'm gonna make this one day. And 5 years later, I'm starting this. But to answer your question, before we were talking about how come games are now 200 gigs plus, is basically the textures, because the textures can be 20 megabytes per 140 texture, and if a gun needs 5 textures like normal, AO, roughness, metal, color, yeah, whatever, 4 textures, so it can easily be 100 gigs, and this as a 200,000 poly weapon, it's gonna be funny, but it's only 6 megs. So this is basically nothing. So I can have literally 20 guns, and it's gonna be 100 megs for the guns, but 100, no, let's say 10 guns, something, or 20 guns, but all of the guns in the game are gonna be less than 1 4K texture set per gun. Am I gonna stream the texturing? Yes, I probably will, although I'm not gonna stream the baking process. Well, maybe I will, because it's just gonna like chug the stream. But it might be interesting. But I will definitely stream stamping, adding on details, and so on and so forth. But it's probably not gonna be much. Yeah, probably will. We'll see. I'll probably, well, Apology is definitely gonna be streamed. And already people are asking when I'm gonna do stuff, which is exciting that people are asking for things to stream. So yeah, now we've done this. What was I talking before that? So okay, this is done. This is done. Oh, I gotta add the detail back to this. So let's add it. Where at, boy? Here. Beautiful. So let's see. This. Beautiful, done. So that's, it looks like it's socketed in. Oh, although this one could use a little bit of finer touch, shall we say. Oh no, I just need the front. Something like this. Actually, this one could also use a finer touch. Beautiful. Not much. These days I'm pretty well versed in terms of adjusting, as in when I do the low poly, I basically just do the UVs and spread out everything as it should be, and it usually works well. When I would have to fix the topology, I would have to like generally fix everything, is when I'm going through the process of testing if it works. So let's say when I do this, I'm gonna I'm gonna make sure that it's like just make a low poly of this part, match it in substance, throw it in, bake it. If it works well, it's fine. I'm not gonna touch it. And that's kind of how I work. Like do a low poly part, throw it out, bake it, do it, just so I don't have to fix it later on, because it's just easier that way for me. But usually, like, but even if I do like the entire thing low poly and then fix it all at once, you kind of lose yourself in the detail. Well, it's the same thing. If you fix the geometry, you fix the UV. But as I said, usually when I do it, like when I do the low poly version, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I just fix it. And that goes from a case by case basis. Like something like this, when I'm just gonna fix, like delete the front, it's probably gonna be okay. I might actually just extend it and prolong this part, but not much. Though defining how much or what is a lot of fixing and what is not, it's a very loose question, to be completely honest, and it's not answerable, but honestly not much. It's just trial and error. It's not a first time try thing. Sometimes it is. I think here the question is how well this is gonna bake and how many bakes I'm gonna have to do. See like plus minuses, if I'm gonna have to push this forward, push this back. Which tells me a lot that I should learn to figure out how to do the cages properly, but there are just so many layers upon layers to learn these things, and I think stamps will be preferable now because I can actually make a profit out of those if I do them well. Just like basic shapes, and everybody does like those complex UV shapes like for robots and shit, but some things like basics like a circle or a straight line, a different kind of straight line, a shape. I think those would actually help a lot, like just a series of basic looking shit. Okay, so we got this. Let's just check this thing. It looks great that it has like a little bit of a thing here. This could be made smaller. Also, when I'm working, I keep these things, like as you see, this is what I extruded and intruded in. But when I'm gonna do the topology, I'm basically just gonna delete all the topology here, and I have where this is automatically gonna suck in, like it's just gonna go down and it's gonna clean up the topology already. It's strange that Substance Painter does not have the option to create those dynamically. What do you mean create them dynamically? Bakes? I think it's because it's, well, it is a good feature to have them. It is not a must-have, but that's why I'm mini designer for that. I don't think I follow. Oh, you mean I get it. There's a really good reason for that. Like, one is for making those things, the other one is for applying them. And as soon as you introduce another feature, it's I think it becomes an issue of performance, and it's like form over like it becomes Blender. Blender does so many things, but only a few it does well, and the rest is just shit. And now the developers are just stacking on feature after feature after feature and not fixing the core problem of Blender. Yeah, it would be cool to be able to do those, but at the same time I understand why not. But if you could make like a... Oh, it's just semantics, like... I understand that there are ways to do them. The core problem of Blender, poly count. Right now, I'm so happy that you can use like a series of props around 230,000 polygons, and that works fine. But if it's one prop that is 100+ thousand polygons, it just stutters. It just doesn't want to work. It takes time to apply a modifier. The undo button doesn't work well. And that's why the proper way of doing all of these things, regardless of program use, is separating them into models. But even my Max or any other program has not a problem with 100,000, even a million polygons per prop. That is, I think, one of the core problems of Blender. Even in sculpting, people say like, oh, you can have like 10 million polygon props and it works fine. No, it doesn't. It stutters. It obviously stutters. You're just being stupid about it. It's obviously slow. It's unusable for production. And that's why Blender is not a production staple. And as I said, right now I have a prop that is 100,000 polygons. And the company that I work with is great. Just model is not. It's like, okay, we have one thing, we're just gonna push it out, and no alternative as in having multiple props or something like it. It's just a production problem. Blender has a huge production problem. Even just files, it's like stacks here. It's useless. This is useless. No groupings. As somebody that dislikes Maya and hates Maya with a passion, Maya does those things beautifully. Like just, oh, these things, group it, and it's a group. They can have their own polygons. It's wonderful. And talking about these things, I just realized I have in the project that I could use instances, which I'm using now. And it's probably gonna help things speed up a lot. So yeah, but enough about that. Yeah, let's figure out how to. No, actually, yeah, let's figure out how to hide this thing, or should I? I just need to make this thing, which is basically just a plane that I inserted, and how to make it look like it fits. And then we got these problems here, so I can design something around this, but it's very limited. So I think I'm gonna design the final thing here, and then I'm gonna go out all crazy and optimizing how it should look, like it should be viewable from all angles. Or I should go, I'm gonna do these things, and I'm gonna go make this grip, which I have been putting off because it's got these little 3-part here's and like blah blah stages. It's gonna be a bitch, but that's part of the charm. Actually, no, I need this. So we got it's basically very squared actually. It's gonna be easy. So, cursor to select. Let's put burpee. Very burpee. That I ate a lot. Like I was so hungry the entire day. So this thing should be almost to the edge of this. Something like this, because you see it's very close and then it goes in. So how I'm gonna do this is basically delete this, select this, faces, select this, cursor select, cursor, add a mirror modifier, beautiful. Now let's see. This should be halfway down to this. So here have a size issue, and also like this here is obviously outside of this, which actually, can I fix this? Kinda. Let's fix this. So many polygons. No. So let's see. Can I do it this way? Actually, yes, I can do it this way. It's gonna be much easier and nicer. Actually, I just need these. Where's the... okay, it's not there. Oh, so many polygons. So let's just get the bottom was also. Is everything selected here correct? No, now it is. Anything here? No, beautiful. No, let's... No. 2.001. 2.01. 2. So concept, what do you look like? Okay, well I have that. Zero, zero. Oh, and here we have an issue. So 0, 1, and I'm gonna go back. Oh no, let's go different. Okay, this is cool. 0.01. Let's see, is there an issue here? No, there isn't. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now it's a bit more, but will it matter? No, it won't. No. So I don't have any problems further on. I'm just gonna make sure this goes back. Beautiful. We're just gonna live with that. So now this. It seems like there's a bit of a gap here, but I'm not gonna have the gap be there. So we're just gonna have this be on the edge of this, like this. And this kind of touches this, but it's... Ooh, this appears to be very, very far. Yet the gap here is correct. This also feels correct. So basically there's an issue here. Okay, so let's see what can you do about it. So there's another cut that appears to be in line here with this, so this is gonna have to go forward. Which tells me, oh, I think should this go further? But then this shape is gonna get deformed. F5. Now, looking at this kind of should be a little bit in third. So if I push this forward, is this everything? No, it's not. So this looks like it should be somewhere around here, which makes this shorter. What's up, what's up? Not much, just thinking about how to make this gap smaller by pushing this forward, and this kind of seems like the solution, but then this suffers. That suffered. This just got shorter, but it's, I think, better that it's a little bit shorter, but not by much, because actually this puts this perfectly in line with this. Hold up, let's put this somewhere like this, and this actually makes this perfect. Now I don't want to elongate this because it's already like long. This, yeah, it looks like a Boolean operation. Like, I would love to see this model, but I think it's just illustrative. It's an illustration. Yeah, it is thinner. It's not a problem. I can like thin this out. It's not a problem, but Although I think it's a little bit thinner, like something like this, which is not an issue. It's more so that this is very elongated, and it appears that this actually should be longer downwards, but it's already long enough. Like if you look at the size, let's just duplicate it. It's already a certain size from the point of perspective that making it longer would just make it weird. Yeah, it's not a problem. Like most operations in Blender work very well from Max, and from Max to Blender, I think it's actually better moved into Maya. But there are just limitations that you're gonna have to work around, and you're gonna have to figure them out. One of the limitations for me was in Max object to origin or to center of a thing, which now I know how to do, but before I was like so pissed I couldn't do it in Blender. But let's just try this for size. Like, of course, save it. Now, if I take this and move it along further, it might look a little bit better. But what is this? What is this? What is this that I missed? Oh, right there, two of them. Whatever. This just looks elongated and doesn't fit with the concept, but it works well. Yes, the pivot point, because Max has it like, okay, you know, you can select a thing, and it always like selected like the origin of it, and then you can set like, oh, pivot, or not pivot, snap to the center of this object, and it automatically snaps, and you have like those little selections. Blender doesn't have that, and at times it's very trivial of how it's gonna snap, but now that I understand how it works, it's not trivial anymore, but it's just so weird at times. Or at least it was. But yeah, let's just make this shape, and then I'll see and I'll adjust depending on how this looks, the rest of it. But boy, this is gonna be fun. Okay. So now we're gonna slope this down. Oh god, this is gonna be so weird. Yeah, donuts are great. So let's see. So something like this. Let's see. Correct. A little bit more. Yeah, this looks nice. So this is this, and then we extrude it outwards. Actually, I'm gonna adapt the design a little bit. Yeah, that is a big reason. If you're starting out to 3D, there's no reason to go on anything else except Maya or Max if you really, really want to go into the industry. But other than that, Blender does most stuff, and you basically get plugins, and it fixes everything that you need that is very specific. You might need money for it, but it works. For Max, I don't do much UV mapping in Blender, but seems odd. What do you think? UV mapping in Blender? Good. Yeah, that's good. It's totally fine. I personally now use a add-on that helps with the compacting of the UVs, and it's a €20 add-on, but honestly it's worth its money, and it fixes a lot of things. Like, I'm so happy I have, like, somebody in chat recommended it some time ago. I think I bought it on the spot, but started using it like a month later. It came in so handy with the Lighthouse, like, it's wonderful. And I think so far I spent like probably €100 on add-ons, but I think I used like 2 or 3 of them. Let's see. Actually, I can find it here. UV Pack Master 2 Pro. I use the full version with all the features, bits and bobs, and it's just so well versed. Like, okay, let's just open the UV editor here. So, UV Packmaster. It has like overlapping check measure, validate UV's packing. You can set how many iterations it does, how many threads it uses, margin, precision, rotation, scaling, adding stuff to an already done UV. It can overlap UVs that are identical if you're making modular things like I did. It's got so many features and like even more. Like literally, but I use just the basic ones and it's already worth its money. So yeah. Yeah, UV Packmaster, exactly. Yeah. I didn't need to explain that to you then, since you're already using it. A proud user, you might say. Okay, so, but looking at this here, this is actually pretty good. Let's see. Oh. Actually, this kind of makes sense. The perspective is really perfect because it looks like it's full, but in reality there's like a big gaping fuck off hole. Yeah, I mostly use the pack also. But if I use there anything else, it's still glorious. I don't need this. Here, this here, and then basically just goes down. But I think I got this pretty spot on. If you want to do wires, I recommend wireless. UV Squares, it just squares up all the UVs. It's a free one. Yeah, box cutter, mesh machine, and so on and so forth are good, but I'm not. I want to specialize myself into just stock Blender. But I should look at those because the way they work is fantastic, and I'm kind of reaching my limit. But I'm hesitating because there's so much information that I already have about stock Blender that I'm kind of limiting myself. But apparently there's supposed to be one that is supposed to be joining Blender as in stock. I think Flow or something river related, but whatever. Yeah, of course, UV Squares, it's free. But these are all the add-ons that I have. Like this is a original one. This is like an added one that I turned on. These are all the add-ons that I actually use, but I have a lot more that I bought. There was one that it's called Beveler. It's like non-destructive beveling, and I think I should start using it again because it's really good. Wait, UV Squares as a Blender? I think this is like also free on Blender Market. It's like if you want to support the developer, which is good, but I didn't know. I just like downloaded it off of it's GitHub. Off of GitHub. It's UV Squares on Blender Market. Is there UV Squares? I think it's 15 euros if you want to purchase it. Is there a difference? I think it's the exact same thing. Yeah, I should buy just to support the guy. But to be honest, it's not a perfect add-on. It does have its own issues on how it calculates on where it prefers to make the loops, but I guess it's just trial and error to figure that out. Because like at times it just doesn't want to make a square, like it just does instead of like a grid of squares, it just like makes a line. Wait, where was I again? So okay, this is here. It goes down, but it's above this square. Yet it's behind it. So okay, I'm gonna have to. Okay, so it's not completely the entire way. It's somewhat like half. It's halfway. Something like, actually it should be like over here, but as was said, like it's a bit long, so let's put it here. While I'm at it, I'll fix up this little doohickey that I have. Actually, I don't need this. Where is it? There we go. Beautiful. Just gonna like make a little bit more space. There we go. There we go. Oh, it's perfect. Do you have a schedule when you stream? Because I want to see full process of making that gun. No, I don't have a schedule. Actually, yeah, I do. I could have a schedule now. Usually it's in the afternoons. Around here it's 8, or what is the time I started? Like an hour and a half ago. So basically, oh, so I started at 10. Yes. It's around after 6 or 7. Like those are the times that I try to stream, because I have like a full-time job. And yeah, around 8 or 10 my time. That's about it. That's as much as I can tell you now, because it's probably gonna change a lot in the next month when I get an office and I'm gonna have like a regular work schedule. And after that I'm probably gonna go back to like 6 in the afternoon, but until then I can't really tell you much about it. But again, I will upload all the streams, because I record all of them. I just have to upload them, so this is gonna give me motivation to do that tomorrow. Yeah, so don't you worry about that. I think in the description I already have like the link to my YouTube channel where I have that. It's still, it has like just a URL, like just random letters, numbers, whatever. I just have to change the name and request that from YouTube itself. Thanks for stopping by, and hope to see you next time. Take care and cheers. I hope you feel better. Drink some tea. Bye. So let's see about this. So this, okay. Can I get the bottom? Yes, I got it. So, something like this. Beautiful. Now either this cylinder is too. I think this cylinder is actually perfectly sized, but it could be a little bit smaller. Little bit like this. Little bit like this. Actually, nah, it's fine. It's gonna stay this. You can always make it bigger or smaller, but there has to be a gap between these things. So I'm gonna make this. Oh, and we're gonna have to also cut it out. That might be a bit of a problem, but we got boolean, so. Ooh, shit. So this. Oh, wait. It's gonna get moved this way to the edge here. So this is here, so there's gonna have to be like a drop of sorts, but then it's hollow. This is weird. This is so weird. But this looks about the correct size. So actually, no, cut here. Actually, let's this. Something like this, although it should be thicker. A little bit inside, and there we go. Have this little doohickey, but it also has to be bigger. So, oh, also the other thing, which I seem to neglect, on top, this view. This has to be somewhat like in the middle of this, because there's a bigger portion that covers everything else. Which fixes something. Yes, it's a little bit better. So let's go down with this. Something like this, it has to touch the thing. So this is gonna go a little bit down. At the same time, it's gonna have to kind of go into this, which, looking at it, is quite frankly weird. So I'm just gonna get some water. So, God, did I even do anything today? Shit, it feels like it's nothing. Except this resize, reshape, refocus. Oh, I did this. Worth it. So, I should think like this. Should go further down. Something like this, but this entire thing feels like it should be back here. Yeah, I'm gonna have it be that way. Oh shit, now I see what... Huh. Get away. So... I also don't know if there's something behind there or nothing. And it's what is causing me ache. No. Delete. So. Okay. Now this. This can be deleted. What is this? Oh, okay. God, this is so concepty. So let's do the inside of this, which... So it goes a little bit inside. Looks something like this, I guess, or just a flat something. So one of the things I dislike about concept art, it's just like, yeah. I think this is, to me, the same as engineers complaining about architects designing buildings. Like, oh, an architect's wet dream is an engineer's nightmare. And then the answer is, yeah, but you're paid to do this. So shut up and, yeah. And as complaining as I was in the beginning of this has actually turned out to be really, really nice. It's starting to look very, very decent. But this is gonna be a bitch. So there's a problem here. This is straight up. Simplified. is it here? Okay. There we go. So this is gonna be easier to bevel. I think. Did I even do it? No, I did. No. Now it's gonna be nicer. What the hell is gonna be inside of this thing? Now that's a question. Okay, I can't read them out. Wow. Twitch, give me better text color. Hey man, just seen your tweet as I was looking through the Blender hashtag. How's the building going? Hello LMN streams. It's going well? Relatively well. The concept I'm working with is a bit iffy at times, so it's gonna take a bit more creativity to get it going. I think that's the first time somebody came from a tweet that I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna tweet that I'm streaming today. Which is nice! Thank you for the follow also on Twitter. Weird. Too much attention. So what do you do? Because obviously, or apparently you stream. Or you're one of those, whatchamacallit, promotion streams. I'm curious. So let's see. How this looks. Oh, this looks weird. I think this is correct. It looks good. I go through the tags a lot and try to see newer people and try to get to know them. But oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's a valiant effort. I honestly very rarely use Twitter for anything else than just like announcing that I'm streaming to nobody and just following people that don't know that I exist. How the fuck does this work? This shouldn't be here. Let's try something here. Let's try to extrude this. Yeah, this feels like it. You can change your Twitch stream name? Really? I didn't know that. Because otherwise I wouldn't have created a new Twitch account. I would just like left it at my old one. Well, I think it's good to start fresh. Wait, this needs a little bit of adjustment. Let's see. Should this be like this? That actually works. It's not, I mean, I can't really see like how I have this to go from. The perspective of these things are so whack. But this does help me a lot, to be completely honest. You can literally just add another loop. Oh, where am I? There we go. And just extrude downwards and fill the gap in both ways. very, very practical. But then I'm still gonna have to figure out what to do about this thing here. I mean, I have this slope here, which is good. This top one here, and also the platform. I'm gonna do this later on. This... It looks like it's on the outside of this, but then this would have to be smaller, so... Yeah, this looks just like it extruded here, but then this should be smaller. So it's more like this, but that doesn't work well then. But I understand what I'm trying to say. But this gives me a little bit more freedom, I guess, because it's not designed in any way particular. Yet this here feels so weird. So weird. Now this is gonna have to be redesigned to be better. Is this attached to anything? No, oh, actually it is. Of course, the topology in these things is gonna be... Actually, this kind of looks like it now. Let's go to this. Yeah, it has that ominous look to it. I'm kind of into it. Let's go lower. Yeah, no. So something like this, maybe even. So this has like a reason for it, but then I'm gonna have to lower this part. To give this thing a little bit of thickness. Because right now the way this looks is a little too thin for my liking. I like how everything's so big and boxy, then this little thing. Yeah, this looks solid. This looks solid. This, I think. This. Wait, this makes no sense. Oh, actually, no, it's just this. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Fix it up. Let's figure this one out. So, I think I should separate this completely and like this looks like it's a hat. Like this is obviously separated in a way, which is good as in how it's made. Makes things a lot easier, which means I can separate this other thing as much as I want. But this is still connected, so should this be a little bit wider? Yes, it should be like this. So the topology going correctly. Plop, plop, chop, chop. Cut this. No. Extrude like this. Oh. Let's set up to this location. Is there a thing here? Yes, it is. This is just weird. This is just weird. But it's gonna be interesting because when I finalize this, look, it's obviously gonna be like this one part, the second part, and the top part. They're gonna be obviously separated and gonna be much easier to work with. How long have I been streaming? Let's see. I'm usually around the 2-hour mark. Okay, so it's an hour and 58 minutes, 21, 22, 23 seconds. So let's just add this little doohickey to this side and call it a day. Or should I keep on going? I think I should honestly keep on going because I'm not the least bit tired. And it's 2 hours till my bedtime. So it's another square looking, actually. It's smaller. Like this. This, no, why? Of course it's way shorter because of course it is. Again, it's got like some weird ass shapes going on here. Overall, I think this is good. I'm just gonna have to figure out what the hell am I gonna do with it. What is it gonna hold? What is it gonna have inside of it? Of course, separate it here. Got a nice little thing here, but it I think a problem with this is that it's very front heavy and like from this perspective we're like, oh, this is actually cool, but all the mass is here on the holder here. Dryness. And there's no real thing that holds it. Like this is obviously like a pumpy thing. So maybe I can, I don't know, design like something. I'll just use this. Get up. Like a support thing, which would imply to the original concept that, which the original concept delved into, but then it just changed the design. Hello. This can actually fix it a bit, but again, it's a different design. This like solid. So let's just go back to this. So what does it sound like? So it's ripped. Ah, whatever. Let's just delete this. Curse deselected. Cube. So let's. But where does that go? So this jumps, but it just makes no sense. It just makes no fucking sense. But at least I know how it's gonna look. It'd look cool if you did have parts from all the designs, though. Yeah, I mean these are all the designs. Like this is obviously a well thought out like design drawing. Like this is the original one, and here it just bended it, moved a few things here and there, drew on additional things. Like you see this little dirty thing. This is obviously additional drawing. It's just not it. It's the same. You're now missing a block between the main large cylinder and the rear part. Yeah, well, if you look at the perspective, I think I got the perspective pretty well off. And things just don't add up physically. And it just looks like there's a big hole in this. And mechanically it doesn't hold any water at all. So the problem here is that I have to figure out how to do this. But I know it's also going to be a problem with this. Yeah, it's all misplaced. Like it's literally just like copy paste, copy paste. It was made just for looks. Like, what are these? Like, what is this? This is like a solid piece of aluminium or aluminum, or aluminium, depending on where you're from. But it has big ass fucking bolts, like the biggest bolts ever. Well, this here, it looks cool, but this is like a few millimeters in size, which is why I made this a little bit bigger. But of course, it looks better with smaller. The concept, the gray part behind the main cylinder, slower. The leg of yours is too tall. Let's see. The concept and the gray part behind the main cylinder is lower. I mean this part, or this part? I can understand it's slower, but I'm also looking at this area here. And that's why I kind of like made it higher, because you'll always look on the outside more. The back, the gray part. Oh, this. Yeah, this is gonna be fixed. This is gonna be raised up, resized, and it's gonna be filled in. That is not the issue. It's more so the issue right here now. This. I think the orange wheel is fine, to be completely honest. Like this orange wheel, or I mean this one, the front. Yeah, this one. I think it's fine. Like the entire design stemmed off of this starting point, and it basically just like went off of this, designed everything around it and size-wise. So most of the problem here is that perspective here is off. It doesn't work. It's impossible. Like, thank you for the follow, Element Streams. Element. Like, in the beginning I thought this was a reflection, but seeing as this is actually a cylinder, and now realizing this is tilted forward, it just doesn't work. Like even this, like the way there's something between here, this is just like flat out cut straight down, and it just doesn't work. There's a lot of wrong approaches here, or at least it's not finalized. This was just made as a practice run, I would say, like have it look good and not function good, as if it would have like the side, the perspective as it has, the top, the bottom, the back, something that you would have seen, but it's not. It's very clearly a form over function, which is most concept art, but at least it's a good looking one, and it's actually very, very accurate to what it is. It's not, let's say, maybe the width of this with just like mechanically, mathematically placed. It doesn't want to work, but that's kind of part of the charm of it. So we're just figuring out how to make it work. But there are going to be adjustments, especially in the barrel. Like I'm going to probably have some like connections going to it with a with the thing in the middle having to be like the firing. But even this, because the way this is placed, it's not in the middle. Actually, it could be. It's gonna have to be like lower for it to be like a firing thing, like, you know. It's not mechanically sound, but it doesn't have to be. Like, I can do whatever I want with this. This could literally just be a generator something thing, but I have to figure out how to make this part solid, not look like it's gonna fall off. But this just doesn't make any sense. But it's so fucking cool. Yeah, this cylinder. What about said cylinder? I got a few pimples on my head. It's annoying. That could be a good point, actually. No. That is a very good point you brought up just now. That actually, that is a very good point. Now we have a problem of... Ooh, no, we don't have a problem. We don't have a problem with it. So let's duplicate. See, with everything here, I missed this, despite I think knowing, or at least feeling like there's something about it. Yeah, this is perfect. This fixed. This is literally where I made it. This is literally identical. This is literally identical. Now that is impressive. Yeah, this I'm gonna figure out later. It's not finished. It's not even close to it, but this literally made the design work better. So this calls for fixing shit. Thank you for that. That is wonderful. But honestly, I think I really like the look of this now here. Let's just, for shits and giggles, raise this up. Yeah, it's basically there. It's basically there, but I'm gonna keep this, honestly, because it just looks more stable, but I think it's a bit too thick. Darn it. Darn it. Darn it. Well. Ain't that a kick in the ass. And this is here. It'll jump over the hump here. What is this? Oh, this is the cylinder thing. No, it's not. What is this? Oh, this is this. Thing I haven't moved. In you go, boy. Let's get a render out. What's the resolution? 4K. Let's get some details going. That was a wonderful thing you noted. Even if like the artist just did some lines on it, it would be like so nice. Ooh, I hope this actually adds a few other details to this. Like, is this aligned? This cylinder is not aligned. The cylinder is lower. God, this looks... It's starting to look real good. But I feel like this thing could just like break here. So I'm probably gonna have to like add a few supports here. God, it's getting beautiful. Let's see. Hub. This all said, then I think I can force this a little bit forward, but still there are a few issues here and there. To get the perspective right. Of course, I think I'm actually gonna have to elongate this, because now that I look at it, it's gonna have to be made longer. Because it just looks massive in this, and it's gonna have to drop down a lot. Actually, this is an issue. It's not low enough. So this is gonna have to go... Oh, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Actually, I just need this. So let's just save these things. Sorry. Wait. Oh, so this. This is gonna suck fixing, but... Right. So let's see. So this is the middle. Yeah, this has to go way lower. Yep. If this is what you were talking about, you were spot freaking on. Wait, what? Oh, there are two of these. Okay. I think I'm gonna have this be redone, reworked a little bit. Let's see. So this, now it's too low, but let's just get it up to the right area location. Yeah, it's much better. Although I think I actually placed it in this exact same location. No, we didn't. It's actually a lot. It's actually a lot. Okay. So, let's say that... No, not yet. Okay, so... This should be a little bit more front heavy. And now we've got our design actually very, very accurately made. But it's still gonna suck to fix most of these things that I'm breaking now. Although some of these things are very much invisible. But yeah, this is already better. This is already better. This already falls into place very, very nicely. So let's just put this thing up here. Yeah, this looks like a joke. Yeah, that was valuable information. Like, this actually looks very nice now. So this is gonna have to be reworked a little bit. Luckily, it's made well enough, so that I'm basically just gonna delete a few lines. So let's see if this works. Actually, it does. No, it doesn't. It just fucks off and breaks. I wish I did more of a bevel on these things, because it's very obvious it's not enough, but I can always fix that. Fascinating, fascinating. This one is good, this one is good. What the hell is this one? Okay. So. This is gonna be moved a little bit to the this to the left, a little bit more. Nope, still needs more. Still not good. What if I just deleted this? Beautiful. Problem fucking solved. Basically, that's it. That's fixed. Didn't need much more than that. Now this looks like it has actual weight on it. This looks like it's the actual size, and it's gonna help me figure out how to properly do it even more. Let's do this. So. Thought so. This. Yeah, this should be a little bit forward. Actually, let's fix that issue. Alright, it's in here because design. But this is totally fine. This is totally fine. Just gotta elongate it. I actually kind of like this. Okay. God, this actually looks solid as fuck. So now, well, yep, I can do that. Take these things. Yeah, that basically looks like it. This looks nice. Okay. Yeah, that's about it. Extrude, flatten it like this, go out, perfect, beautiful, done, finished. Oh, no. No. I don't see the keyboard because of my mic. Stay there. this looks perfect. This looks perfect. This is gonna be a bitch. So, how to do this thing? I don't honestly want to stream anymore, but I'm in a production mindset. If I'm not gonna do any work, I might as well stream, since I'm so hyped to streams. So, let's see. This obviously has a hat on it. This is this bottom part that can be 1 or 2 parts, doesn't really matter. Problem is, you can look into it very, very nicely. With no rhyme or reason for it. So, it's also one of those questions like, should I mean, I should, it better be. Should I adhere to the concept as much as possible and then do nothing about it? Or fix it and try to make it work? And of course I should fix it and try to make it work, but that involves design, which I don't want to do at this moment of time. And just design in general, like from already made concept you can tell, probably gonna tell which parts were made by me, at least I think. Interesting. It's so interesting. No, so the only thing I can do now is basically just split this in multiple parts. And then we're gonna have to figure out what to put inside these little doohickey motherfuckers, because literally there's no idea what this actually is or what this actually has. And what's the depth of this? The depth looks fine. Actually, let's so what is gonna be? Do you notice any of the details? No, of course you don't. That would be stupid. So should I make this separate? go a bit back one final time so that this is invisible. Oh, no, wrong one. No. Let's see here. Actually, who am I kidding? Just delete this. This is gonna go like this. That's gonna be that. Cool. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna separate these things. What is going to be noticeable here? Is there anything going to be noticeable? Actually, not really. So I'm going to just make this part of this, as in you plump it on. What does not make sense now? I mean, only mechanically. Visually, it makes a lot of sense. Basically everything. So... well, this, because the way this is here, it should be a little bit in front, a little bit in back, and just the gap between these two things. Other than that, I think it's well thought out. So I'm eating my words. And I accept it. Just wasn't paying attention. This is everything? This is everything. Beautiful. P. Nice. Now. This. Nice pimple. So, and so. Everything here in order. That looks about right. So for this obvious thing. Beautiful. There you go. Beautiful. Perfect. Cool. Cool. This works now. Let's just bring this front also. Beautiful. Any difference? No. quite a bit of difference. But we'll make this work. We'll make this work well enough. So this here. Okay, so this should be cool. This should be good enough. Transform. Ah, cool. It works. So now let's just clean it up. Need all this topology. No, we need this. Actually, I don't need this. Why? No. This is gonna go there, this like this, done, boom, shakalaka, clean. Cool, cool. So just to make sure that there's enough space for everything. Yeah, there's like this. Beautiful. So what if I just literally just build this? Shade smooth, auto smooth. Not an issue in the world. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's take this and this. This is a little dirty. But only a little. That's not needed. So we're gonna go this route. So this part is going down. To get a good bevel, I'm gonna have to do this. Why is this? Oh. Actually. This. Cleanup is so fun because you know you're finishing. This a little bit lower. Beautiful. Let's go right here. Cool. Theoretically. This going into here, going into here. Distance remove 2. Or remove. So let's see. Is this an impossible polygon? No, it's not. It's completely possible one. Okay, now it works. Cool. So transform geometry, blah blah. X, whatever. Okay. Now let's see if it's gonna work. No. Weird. Look okay. Basically, it's literally these things fucking up. Let's fix this. There you go. Clean as a whistle. But you can see the issues on the other side, which me nothing good. Not enough. Easy fix. Still has a bit of an issue. What if I did this? I think it's even worse, to be completely honest. Yep. see when the bevel starts, if I can get back to it. Let's try this. No. Should just marsh. Yes, phone. What is it, phone? So now I gotta lower this thing. Actually, this isn't bad. It's actually pretty good and easy solution. This works. I think that about does it for today. Divide by 2. So thanks for stopping by. This was fun to do. It was tiresome. I am tired now, which is good, which means I will get a full night's sleep for change. So, thanks for stopping by. The stream will probably continue tomorrow in the afternoon, same time, same place, probably, most likely. And until then, take care, have fun, good morning, and good night. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.